place is a mess. I thought Crow said they're almost done with the geological probe.
The local crew seems to have run into some trouble. But I don't see Dean or Clavel around. Aren't they supposed to be leading the work? Let's talk to Mr. Crow and learn more about the situation.
Hey!
Ah, my friends from Endfield. You're here.
We received your message and came to check on the geological probe's progress. But the entire worksite appears somewhat disorganized.
That's primarily because probe construction is just one step away from completion. However, we have yet to verify the parameter set and data samples of the surveillance unit. The entire crew is exhausted by the task.
What about Dean and Clavel?
They started arguing first. People got them to cool off before moving on with their jobs.
I knew it.
The two boys learned nothing from their experiences and made a fool of themselves. They deserve it.
Nevertheless, we should try to fix the problems with our surveillance unit.
Don't worry, Supervisor. If the siege gets out of control, I'll step in and get it fixed. But now, I don't intend to interfere or help them out of their mess.
So, you actually know how to get everything done. Then, why would you just sit around and let them mess things up?
I actually want to let them achieve spectacular success on their own. But look at them. Can they pull it off? My generation was built different. Some of us got back from the front lines to walk floors that had no materials. We ended up making our own equipment by taking parts of the lathe. This generation has a serious problem. They bicker and complain. They don't know how to work as a team. Worse, they strut around with a sense of useless pride. I would have taken care of this on my own if I were younger. I wouldn't even need two inept fools of apprentices to take care of this job.
The way you said that really sounds like a Shifu we had in Tanjian Hall.
But they'll be running Valley 4 one day. This disaster really changed me as well. Young people like you will be running the show. We even changed the Utuk order. No matter how hard we try, I guess it's time to pass on the baton. The apprentices may have plenty of issues, but they're gifted in their own right. That said, they must learn to solve problems on their own. If another disaster like the last one strikes again, they'll have no one to count on.
I hope they will appreciate all the work you've put in for them.
Them? Appreciate my work? Well, just sit around. They'll be crying for help soon enough. They neglected too many details. The first activation of the probe will involve a certain degree of danger. But I didn't remind them this time.
Aren't you worried about accidents?
Don't worry. I won't risk this if human safety is involved. Since the admin is with us, we can afford to wait before giving them help. Let them have a taste of their mistakes and learn from it.
Fine. I understand what you're trying to do.
anything less.
Violence.
Here's our chance! Trust in me! Crystallize! Cast off as cast! Target locked! Fire! Attack! Be consumed!
I'm not dead now.
Show over!
I'm still in fighting shape.
Boys, forward! Must take your edge!
That's enough. Stay alert.
Incoming! Unknown hazard! An easy victory. Wow, this actually looks super impressive. You two turned out to be pretty professional at this.
We wouldn't have been in that mess if we'd had proper samples.
What? You're the one who messed up the parameters.
I reminded you that the testing environment of the samples might change, and I could totally fix the parameter issues on my own.
And you're blaming me? I was the one who helped you churn out those parameters.
Well, you promised that you'd find some proper samples. In the end, it was my replacements that solved the crisis. Why are you...
Hold on, what's happening? The geological probe isn't doing anything.
What? Let me see. What by Talos is wrong this time?
This isn't supposed to happen. Strange. Why? How? Endman?
Enough! Both of you! Can't believe you're still asking others to take care of your problems!
Professor Crow, it wasn't like that.
Done explaining already, Dean? It's been years and you never bothered changing that unruly personality of yours. You're always rushing straight into things without thinking about the consequences. True, you might get rewarded and things work, but the losses are just as great. Consider yourself lucky if you only take property damage, because the way you do things has a chance of inflicting serious injuries. You can't bear the losses. No one can. You gotta learn how to smash the brakes before you actually hurt somebody.
You're right, Professor.
And you, don't just stand there and go.
I'm sorry.
There are times when Dean is actually right. You gotta take a bold step forward in scientific research. You can't make a progress by dancing around in circles. No one can predict what we'll be looking at in the future, and no one can solve everything with the same old ways. Be cautious when you need it, but when you need to be bold, do not hesitate. Windows of opportunity can disappear in an instant.
I've learned my lesson.
I appointed the two of you to lead the geological probe construction project because I want you to help each other out. You two should be covering for each other's deficiencies. Alone, you might slip, but together, you should be able to figure it out. I thought you learned something from the disaster. But what did I see? Boys who won't stop bickering, who go running off to the Endfield for help. This is the final stage, and you still want others to clean up your mess. How am I supposed to let you lead the reconstruction of Valley 4?
Professor Crow.
You're lucky. You still got me and the admin around to sort out your bloodied mistakes. But what about next time? If you run into another disaster of the scale, who are you going to turn to? I've submitted applications to assign you to the Originium power plant. You'll be taking over my job and that of all Daniels. No one will be around to help you. And you won't be getting any lessons from anyone.
Wait! Professor Crow! What about you? We can't do without you, Professor Crow.
Just look at your sorry lot. How am I supposed to hand over the mission of rebuilding Valley 4? I only have 6 more years to go. Don't let me catch you stirring up trouble again.
But... okay. We'll make full use of these 6 years.
Follow me. There's still the final step for constructing the geological probe. The crew really worked hard for this. Don't keep them waiting.
Wow, it's moving!
The geological probe will constantly release various isotopes, sound waves, and penetrants underground. The data we gather will help scientists speed up the healing of the local ecology.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this place restored to its former glory. When we first arrived at the power plateau, the place was already in ruins.
That's a real shame. The plateau used to be a scenic location.
Don't worry. We'll do our best and make the plateau more beautiful than ever before.
With time, the land will slowly rejuvenate and remediate itself.
Mr. Crow, how do you think Valley 4 might change in the future?
How do I think? If these young people are in charge, the future looks bleak. But no matter what happens, it's the youths who'll be building the future. I myself want to see Valley 4 getting better. If the people in the valley live stable and secure lives, that'd be good enough for me.
Perhaps it won't be long before these young people start to impress you. Right, Professor?
I sure hope so. But the future of Tellus 2... Now that will be decided by you, Endfielders.